Hello, fabulous superstar Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of May 2025. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Consultations are now available with me or Andy of Wise As Astrology over on my website, nadiyashah.com/consultations, links below. In the first days of the month, two interesting phenomenon are set to take place on the 2nd or 3rd of the month, depending on where you are on the planet. That is when Mars will leave shadow. And what that means is Mars will be done walking the path that Mars was previously retrograde over. And that will bring to an end the larger Mars retrograde season, which actually began all the way back in the first days of October 2024. Since then, Mars has been walking and then retrograding and then retracing the steps of just this one part of the zodiac. But now here we are done. It is good and over in the first days of this month, which means that Mars is in brand new territory and we're able to direct that very passionate energy of our will, of understanding self-knowledge and acting from that place in brand new ways and towards new endeavors. On the 4th of the month, that is when Pluto goes retro. Every year, Pluto goes retro for about 5 months, and now here we are. Pluto will remain retro right to the middle of October. And so Pluto will go retro in a part of the sky for you that has to do with profound change, truth, transformation, regeneration, and wealth. When Pluto goes retrograde, it invites us to go within, to understand what meaningful change looks like for us, especially on our own terms and within ourselves. It also invites us to personalize its energy of understanding focus and power. And for you, it is about focusing in on where it is you're hoping to align with greater wealth. Now, that could be practical, literal, metaphorical, philosophical wealth, spiritual wealth, but you're coming to define it for yourself and understanding the shifts within that allow you to experience more wealth than ever. The 12th of the month brings with it this month's full moon. Now, this full moon will take place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with what you want in your heart of hearts in every area of life. It has to do with an understanding of what it is that makes you happy, what brings you joy. This is your fertility. It's also creative endeavors and creative fulfillment, sharing your creativity. And so what we'll have here is Uranus standing across the sky from this full moon. And that brings with it a surprise a minute, a shock a minute. Events could move very quickly at this time in unexpected ways. And so your fertility might take you by surprise now. Also possible, though, is a chance to, in some way, change things up for you with a creative project or endeavor, dedicating yourself more to a particular creative journey or sharing your creativity in unexpected ways. That opportunity could come out of nowhere. Now, this could also be you gambling and having things go in directions you hadn't planned. So that's where you want to be very careful. I mean, spontaneous yet well prepared for risks, well, that could work out, but where it is you're hoping for a windfall or dumb luck, that's where you do want to be careful with this energy. On the 17th of the month, we do have what some astrologers like to call the most surprising day of the year or the most shocking day of the year. It is energy of extremes. And that is when the sun meets Uranus in the sky. Now, this meeting is set to take place in a friendship part of your sky. And so your friends might be a surprise a minute, a shock a minute, behave in ways that you just don't expect. Now, your participation in a group endeavor, including professional group endeavors, might be what changes dramatically and quickly at this time. And as I said, it's an energy of extremes. Either whatever you're doing within that group, it accelerates or it falls apart. There's not a lot of middle ground with this energy. Now, this could also be oriented around big opportunities that find you now, Either those might come and accelerate very quickly, or it might feel like it just isn't meant to work out, and that really is okay. It's about creating space for something even better to come. The 25th of the month brings with it Saturn changing signs. Saturn's going to dip into the top of your sky and is going to be there right until the middle of October, at which time Saturn will retrograde back to the part of the sky that Saturn's been moving through since the first part of 2023, fellow water sign Pisces, a very worldly and adventurous part of your sky. Well, now as Saturn moves into the top of your sky, it becomes about focusing on your goals, on your career, about what is worth achieving. And it's about understanding the legacy that you're creating and wanting to give that your time, understanding what's worth sacrificing for it if it aligns you with a higher sense of purpose for your life. And for others, it's just going to be the beginning of a period of maybe sacrificing for your goals, working really hard, but it is through your own effort that you make great gains. Again, you're at the very beginning of a journey. And that journey in whole is going to run about 3 years. And of course, I'll be here to talk about it every step of the way. There should be a Saturn special horoscope later on in May, so be on the lookout for that. The following day, on the 26th, we are going to have a very fortunate new moon. That new moon happens in the sign before yours, and it's all about what's happening behind the scenes, under the surface, and what's stirring for you on levels of soul, psyche, and spirit. That's what feels strongest now, and it is on those levels and fortunate karmic closures that allow new beginnings to take place. So this new moon will be speaking in supreme harmony with Pluto, in harmony with Neptune and Saturn, and it'll also be close in the sky with Mercury. There are lots of ideas coming forward. Your dreams could be especially vivid and fortunate as well. So make sure you are taking note on those fronts. Some of the best stuff, the best opportunities, including career opportunities, they may feel like they come out of nowhere. They bring with them an opportunity to do the work, but also a lot of delight. Now, where it comes to matters of love, it will be on the 16th of the month that Venus will leave shadow, bringing the larger Venus retrograde season to an end as well. So this is super exciting because it means that love is able to move forward, new experiences, brand new territory for both of the love planets, actually. Where Mars is passion, it is Venus, of course, that is the sweetness and light part of love. So Venus is at the top of your sky, and this is where love and respect are intimately tied. It is Mars that is moving through a part of the sky for you where passion and self-love are intimately tied, and these two are going to speak in supreme harmony on the 22nd of the month, making for a truly romantic moment. Now, do keep in mind with this, given the positions of these two planets outside of love, this can be wonderful where it comes to an understanding of your career and your prosperity and feeling a sense of motivation to align with those goals and feeling real opportunity come that helps you to work towards the prosperity that you desire, and an experience of abundance that lends itself to even more career gains. So that's one way these energies could play out. But of course, in the context of love, well, it is feeling a sense of possibility, feeling a sense of deep connection to your own value, feeling strengthened by that, but also thinking big picture, what you're really going for in a larger sense in love. And really, an important moment might help you to feel aligned with it that much more. For those of you open to meeting someone new, bosses, people in positions of authority, or someone who's achieved something you admire, I do think there could be some memorable moments, some sultry moments in particular about 3 weeks into this month that stand out to you in some way. But for all that, again, it's like you're playing the long game with these energies. You're wanting something long term, and that's going to determine how it is that you respond to a moment that, yeah, still could be quite romantic. For those of you just starting to date someone, again, we have that romantic energy about 3 weeks into the month. It could be with this person or someone else, but with this person, at the very least, it's going to give you insights into whether or not you feel there's real long-term potential here. If you feel that there is, well, this particular month could bring with it an increase of intimacy. But if you feel there isn't, you might find other opportunities that help you to feel like that becomes more of a possibility. And for those of you in an established bond, powerful energies here, and in established bonds, there's a sense of motivation towards shared goals and the things that the two of you have yet to do together. Where relationships are good, they feel energized and inspired. But where you've had doubts as to whether or not you're in the right relationship for you, a big guiding question is going to be, are you really heading the same way as this person? The two of you going in the same direction or not? And if the answer is no, this is where you start to consider and think what going a different way might mean for you. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. I'm going to say I love the energy of, well, I will say that new moon. And the reason I say that it is the new moon is because the moon is your ruling luminary. And whatever happens with the moon, well, you tend to feel it more than the other signs out there. And it is a new moon happening in the last days of the month in the sign just before yours. And what that means is some of the best stuff is just going to feel like it comes out of nowhere. It is a karmic blessing, but it might also be that some of the biggest blessings involve fortunate closures, very fortunate closures at that. Regardless, though, it is about trusting a higher, more loving vision for your life and seeing how so much of your life is rearranged to have it come together for you now. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership rate over at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, where you get expanded exclusive video scopes for each and every sign. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, links below. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.